and we try to get ourselves a little bit more used to track and everything after racing the Porsche and iRacing today. So despite this series being completely unknown for us, we just give it a spin and have some casual race today. As we go a little wide. Seems like the server is drilling up quite a bit. I'm getting some rubber in as session is finished now.
Hello.
Hello.
It's Jamal from Simracing Middle East. What is the server path? CRM formula.
SRM.
SRM, sorry.
Inte bara teammate, just jag.
ايوه بطيء.
Michi. Michi شيء.
انا لي لك ما عملتوش
Okay. Right, so I think we have some kind of fake qualifying going on. Nevertheless, we've learned a lot today in that midday race session. So we take off the fuel and see where we can put ourselves in some sort of qualifying run. Someone in the gravel. So I'm literally aiming towards at least a 143. But I hope to be a little faster than that, obviously. Just important to get back into the drive and be on a good run again. Getting some more heat into the tires before braking it. Take a long way to increase the exit speed and then attack for the first time around in a timed lap here on the server. Very important to stay to the very inside. As the car power kicks in quite heavily there in first gear in the exit of turn 2. Of a twitch on the apex of 9. Going through 12 up into 13.
Hi guys, this is
As the driver's breathing is about to start, so we quickly finish that lap. So it's a 143.2, not bad for the beginning.
Obviously try to keep the race as clean as possible from the driver's side. We also ask the drivers to observe all the flags that obviously will be visible to you. If in any case you hit somebody or there is a shortcut or something, I would like to ask you to let that driver obviously go past you. We don't want to see any possible. As we said in the previous also events, we're gonna have a stewards watching on the race. Actually, there are also certified stewards, FIA certified stewards, which in any case that if there are any penalties for some irregularities on track will be communicated there and then, if possible, or after the race. Penalties can be obviously in the terminology of seconds penalties, like 10-second penalty or 20-second penalty. It all depends what the incident is. If you have any questions, you're free to ask.
Thank you.
So it seems it's quite clear with everybody, yeah?
Yeah.
So I wish you good luck, guys. We'll be communicating with you when we'll be opening practice session very soon.
Okay.
Okay.
We're just right now finishing some links regarding the live streaming, and we'll go live very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. So you guys heard that there's still some practice time going on, and they are fixing stuff in the background before actual going live on their end with their live stream. So that's why we are still racing here. And now, guys, I'm fully free for answering your questions here. Please ignore that typing and other people speaking sounds going on in the background. That's them sitting in the public Discord, on which I should be around
Summer can do good tricks.
in order to get latest information.
The Ferrari managing its way.
Don't touch the wall. That's great. So we let this guy pass. As I have no clue where I'm going to end up, like currently I'm sitting in that 4th position with 143.2, but I think I could get it a little faster. So let's see if that's going to work. very individual line here. So bad exit into a fast lap. So the time performance delta already shows some red.
I think
But there's still a lot of time to gain. So guys, if you have any questions,
slightly already
feel free to ask them. So we definitely make use of the second lap. We do have ready here, fuel wise especially. This time with a lot better exit out of the final corner. Starting that flying lap. And here you see performance delta is showing green, which is good. Oh, should not touch the inside curb of that too hard there, so we're gonna make it back to the pits. As I think that the current chat is also broken for some reason, so I'm quickly gonna fix that. I'm getting back into that area where technical issues are driving my day. So that should be you guys being here back online in the chat. So I just saw I didn't miss any questions, but just in case you haven't asked them yet, get them out. I'm ready to answer them, that's for sure. As someone is really annoying me here in his pit box. As much as I do like the sound of the Renault 3.5 liter engine. So we're still in that 4th position, despite the fact we should be able to at least get in something better. But we'll see about that now. Still trying to apply the one or other trick on the car, as I think there's still some fast guys missing here on the server. So I definitely should be able to improve my lap time. So Brendan Tabone now also being a little quicker than I am, setting himself into 4th place. I got enough of a gap to the car behind. I can do some weaving, heat up the temperatures of the tires, and then get around the corner to carry on with the speed. So a better exit out of turn 2, despite the fact turn 1 was a full disaster. Oh, for God's sake. Sometimes the margin between not losing the car and losing the car is so thin. It's actually ridiculous. This brake bias is set to somewhat right. So that was pure driving error. As the session is now finished. And I think that will close the window on my end. No, it doesn't, so I can't get another shot to get more used. So that was a better turn 1, turn 2 combination, which clearly can be seen in the delta now getting green.
I will restart the server immediately.
As session's gonna be restarted quite soon, so we'll see how far we can take it. There you go. Hey Dragon, thank you for joining me here in the show. As I would like to welcome everyone else on the show as well.
The latest news?
Yeah, give me the Instagram.
Wow. He said, I don't know what I'm doing.
Keep me on Instagram.
Yeah. Wow. I think his wife forced him to do it.
What his sponsors?
I don't know. Kimi, Matthias, Raikkonen, I think. Wow. Lord. Wow.
Yeah, Kimi, that looks good for your image. Just do it. Ah.
Wow. But the best part is I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god. Someone said the end is near. Wow.
Okay, good luck everyone.
Wow, we're race already. Yeah,
Oh.
good luck guys.
Here's practice session. Good luck everyone. And every time I'm gonna hit the speaking button, you're gonna see me saying engine brake not available, because that's the map for the engine button on the wheel. So I'm still trying to master this track around in a pitch perfect way. And probably you have to do it more gently rather than throwing the car into the corners. As I definitely feel dirty air from the car ahead. So we're gonna take him on the inside towards turn 9. Leave me some space, please. Thank you. I'm still reading your message here, Martin. For some reason it does not show up on the restream chat. We're gonna fix that later. Yeah, I know what you mean though. So in the end it's very important to get that perfect lap nailed in the 15 minutes qualifying rather than now in the practice. Nevertheless, obviously you look into getting into the rhythm already here. That was a little bit wide on the exit of 11. Take a little bit of draft. Then make it round final corner. Going a little wide here, making it around the 143.303, which is giving us best time currently. But I don't think that's gonna be of long nature. So, second lap. Better exit out of 4. Better exit through 8.
Sorry.
A bad one through 9, and you see immediately the time loss.
Sorry, Brandon.
Well, that fault, nevertheless, we gain a little bit time back here on the bad turn 11. To probably make it faster around than last time. There we go, making it at least a 143.0 in practice mode, which is not too bad, I have to say. I'm quite happy with that at the minute. That's probably the best I did so far. So quickly reworking on the windows here for you guys. So there's still some guy sitting there and revving the hell out of the car. So there you go, that's a new live chat being updated. So you guys can start your discussion about anything you want to talk about. As I'm going to go back on racing immediately. As Terence Creech is coming here from the back, I quickly let him pass. In that Ferrari livery, I think that is, yeah. And then I'm starting to do my journey here. So currently sitting in second place. I really need to have a look that I am close to the apex here on turn 9 but not hitting the curb. Otherwise that will set off the car quite badly. Same with that exit curb here of 11. So as tyres are still cold, gonna start a bit of weaving. As someone now sat in definitely fastest lap time with a 1:42.3, and I'm not even sure how people are doing that. As we are now taking on the next flying lap. Pretty bad turn 13. At least final turn was good, so we make it a 1:42.9, which puts us in P6 on the hot lapping list. Yeah, that was a bad turn too. You can also see that on the timing. Better exit out of 4. I nailed turn 6 quite good though, which I didn't do that time and ran wide. Too early on the throttle again. So we immediately try it again, as this guy is still sitting there and revving his engine to death. It's ridiculous. Probably going to the drivetrain, putting the diff power to 10%. Could give me even more turn. So finally bent Banky also on the server. And I expect me to be sitting around in 5th or 6th position in the end. Which isn't that bad though. Despite the fact I do not have any kind of experience here on Assetto Corsa or on this car at all. I know Martin Stefanko has a lot of experience on Assetto Corsa, not in that particular car though, but as you can see in the chat, he definitely assists me quite a lot. Yeah, Martin, some guys did a 141.9 or something. Yeah, someone did a 149.9. So that's definitely possible. But people are racing it with a traction control on 2. Which definitely helps a lot out of the slow corners to really hammer down the throttle. And other than that, traction control is not really necessary anyway around that circuit. Nah, too hard over the curb over 4. Missing the apex of 9. And the apex of 11. So it's fully down to the final 2 corners again. So we've done a better job on 13. What was that on earth? I didn't know that the car is starting to pull in a different direction when braking on that zone of tarmac. Yeah, in order to nail a 41 in here, you have to be pretty accurate, I think. As I'm now gonna suffer bad from dirty air. Yeah, that's another time we go on white here. Yeah, let that happen in the race once. Something that's really broken here on Assetto Corsa is netcode in online racing, like the ping going up and down by 1 or 2 milliseconds really makes the car jumping around quite badly, which is pretty annoying. And I'm wondering how long it takes until that damn engine of the guy blows there in the pit straight. While sitting in the pit, it's pretty annoying seeing that engine revving all the time. I need to wait longer until accelerating it again. Car feels ready to go on acceleration again as soon as I hit the apex. Once you go on throttle. It's pretty bad. Yeah, bad turn 1, turn 2. That lap is probably already for trash, since we're missing like 2.5 tenths towards our virtual best. Hey John, thanks for joining me here from Indiana and USA. I know it's quite early for you there, but happy you are around with me, as this lap would have been probably done because of traffic anyway, so we can do some little more experimenting on the racing line through 10 and 11. Not like that though. Oh dear. So no traffic coming in. I need to save tires though a bit. Hey Jamal, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm happy to be around here and do some casual racing. Something that's not really happening here on my end in mid-season. So here's some kind of different activity going on today. And I'm happy you guys have invited me to come racing with you, and yeah, it just adds to my plan to try out the different sims all over the winter. Wasn't the perfect one too, but a considerably good one. Good through 6 at least. And a fail through 7 and 8. And that's the lap time being completely done. And you know, sometimes you go around that corner, and in that occasion I not even came out halfway. Of the tarmac. Oh, John, so you're living on the East Coast, that is that right? Indiana? Is that East Coast? I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with those states in the US. But I really appreciate you being around. Depends, I'm not always struggling with final corner, only sometimes. Ah, damn. A perfect 1 and 2 and then out the fuel. Need to make sure to not let that happen in the qualifying session, which starts in 8 minutes. I'm usually the only problem I do have with the final corner is to find the right braking point, because there's actually no brake marker, or the brake marker is too late, and on the side there is no brake marker for like pylons or anything, like no visual reference really. That's the only thing, but currently I would assume to go in a little wide and then pitch in late on the apex to have a decent exit and carry all the speed towards pit straight. That would ideally be my plan on the final corner. I think it decides how much you take of the dark green AstroTurf on the inside of your wheel. That's gonna pull you around that corners pretty much. And if you think this is struggling, then nope, I'm just going wide to take more speed, take a greater way towards the start finish line to build up some top speed when entering the fast lap. Well, not as perfect as in the lap where my fuel was gone. Oh dear, really? Why is that understeering so much? As soon as I hit like one tire, the dark green AstroTurf on the inside, the car's gonna be pulled around, and I'm not, and then with the same speed, I'm not even going across halfway of the road. Oh, John, thank you very much for joining me in here. I really appreciate it, and I hope you find some evidence on driving technique. I'm sure Martin Stefanko does, and probably will still criticize me. Was a little bit too impatient there, maybe. Anyway.
I totally lost it.
So there's just 2 minutes left anyway in that session. Now criticism in general means something positive if it's constructive, and what you give is constructive feedback, so that's absolutely fine. I know you're trying to help me quite a lot here, as well you can see me struggling badly. A little too much with front end grip. So what we get is just another chance on one timed lap. I mean, currently I would be happy with a lap I just did to sit in P5, what I'm currently doing. So, I mean, if I would get the perfect lap together, let's face it, probably P3 would be the maximum. I mean, I also saw that some people like the guy in second place, I think, did around 250 or 300 laps in that specific car combination on that track. So yeah, there's quite some more racing going on the other side of the cockpit here. Just trying to give my best though. And this corner I do not really like it. Maybe I'm just doing it totally wrong here again. So, final blow. Don't touch that curb. Taking away all the momentum. Completely missing the apex of 6. Making it totally wrong. Here again. already lost some time again. So it will now come down to final corner. Either miss it, either hit it. And that probably looks more like a miss, despite the fact we're carrying more speed towards finish line. But with being in overtime already, practice now is over. So I'm quickly gonna park the car here on the inside and return to that ever-revving car there in the front. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Alex, you really have to change a lot about driving styles between each sim. Definitely iRacing. If you watch that Porsche and look on the pedal input, this is completely different. Because in the Porsche you're like allowed to only brake 50% of the brake pedal or something before, without any ABS, the car starts locking up, despite it's so heavy and has so much downforce still. And with that Formula 3.5 of Renault, I'm not sure whether they have an ABS system attached by standard, or whether it's something completely different. Anyway, now it's qualifying time, and hey Miguel, thank you for joining me here from Spain. Happy to be around, and thank you also Martin Stefanko, my teammate racing Virtual GP on that racing Virtual GP on Assetto Corsa.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck everyone. So definitely some knowledge in here, and yeah, I'm happy all you guys are sitting here watching for that event to take place from my personal point of view. So we now have a 15-minute qualifying session before then heading into a 15-lap race, and after that 15-lap race it's going to be reverse grid for another 15-lap race then. So there's definitely some racing action going on tonight. And if you like such stuff going on here on the web, I could only encourage you to like, share and subscribe. I would be very happy and delighted about that. As I got Ben Spunky ahead, some other guy in the back. Oh, I don't know why that guy did take off some space between us and him. As this lap is now invalid anyway, has started in a real good manner. And his lap should be invalid too right now as well. Alright, second chance.
Sorry, Ben. Sorry.
I think that was a better run through turn 1 and 2 anyway. Great stuff so far. A little bit too patient here on the exit of 8. So we're looking towards probably a 43 point something. Actually we're on a 42. So 42.4 puts us currently in provisional pole position time and P6 back on the hot lap list. And I have to say that lap comes somewhat out of nowhere for me. Or it's for the first time ever that I kinda got the lap together. Nevertheless, I take it definitely since it's qualifying. So 9 minutes to go still in that qualifying session. Still the one or other tenth to improve surely. Like turns 7 and 8. That's definitely still some spot to look at. So that's currently ACR Zakspeed P1 and P2. With Ben Spanky being in P2 and me leading the pack currently into the qualifying session. Not necessarily meaning that this is the end of qualifying now. And then in the race definitely there is sure a lot more to happen. And I do still think I miss out some pace here. Yeah, looking at the time delta without bottoming out on the curb, that would probably be a lot better race time there. And I do think perfect braking for that turn 13 would gain us another 10th. Now we focus on the exit of final corner to start our next qualifying run, as we're dropped down into P3 already by 42,000, so not much, but we have to be faster. Yeah, and missing this apex by a meter or something means 2/10 immediately. And now I went a little wide on here. Still, I think it's not over yet. Let's try different braking for turn 13. Nope. The other way definitely would have been faster anyway. And I think I'm gonna abort the lap at that point and take a run for the final one on that set with that fuel.
That's okay, it's not your fault.
Too bad. Done a mistake here on braking for turn 13. Right, so 4 minutes 14. Need to get out. Final 2 chances. As Spence Banky has now also beaten us by 34 thousandths of a second. And the guy in P1 has even improved his lap time. The thing is though, it's just marginal, and you just saw it every here and there. I'm gaining exactly what I would need before losing it again. But yeah, that's racing sometimes. And despite not being too experienced here on Assetto Corsa, I feel myself being alright. Could increase the performance a little bit throughout that hairpin here. That would get me a massive time gain, I think. Yeah, top 5 definitely look having a fun race. As I quickly want to check how to start this car the best way. Probably have to let the clutch slip quite a lot before bogging down. Hey David, thank you for joining me in here. So some fun racing going on the sim racing system, not sim racing system, sim racing Malta. Sorry, I'm mixing them up. Hey Jean Baptiste, in my mark as usual. There is a bunch of coffee inside. So that's my racing habit when racing casually. I have a mug of coffee with me, as this is the final chance. And that chance is already gone for good. So it's P5, as I said, exactly what I expected at the beginning of the stream, and I don't take this to an end since I want to resume and check out something else. So it's gonna be TC off towards the race start, and I'm gonna be back in a second. Before the race now starts.
Sorry Brendan, attakta wala fil-bidu?
So I think that's race session already. That means fueling up the car.
Wow, very, very close.
I need 46 liters in the end, because I aborted at last lap. That did the wrong calculation.
Yeah, well done, everybody.
Yeah, well done, very well done. Wow, me? I am surprised as well.
Well, it's not that I'm unhappy, but
Yes, I know the gap is like a bit.
yeah, but I feel that it's not as big as it should actually. So
Very close between top 5.
Yeah, tough.
let's see if the top 9 hopefully can be a bit close. Well,
Alright, there is race.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck everyone. So,
Care for the first corner, guys, as usual.
don't forget fuel.
Yeah. 53 should be enough.
52 as well,
Better more than.
so we have the following task now. Get a decent start. And then be ready to race. Get a decent start and then engage traction control level 2. There we go. What the hell was that? Really? And I'm not sure what is broken here at all. but suddenly I got hit from beside. That was a really odd situation. G-Murph, well, it needs some arrangement, I think. But if you give her enough arguments or enough bullet points for getting a private time with you together with her, I think then she would be fine. So, as we are now being somewhere dead last, I mean the start in itself was good. Now we just try to have some fun from the back and slice our way through the field. Oh dear. So now there's something really broken, yeah. On my end as well. People might want to say I should not plug in my nose there right at that point. So still side-by-side racing going on, and this is definitely gonna be an interesting race for me now, being in P9. And I'm gonna lack a massive amount of top speed now here on the straight. Give some decent place to the inside, that's worked. And now the race is going to be very, very interesting. Nope. And I'm not sure whether I want to go on like that at all, because sorry, that's not just pointless, that's even ridiculous. I mean, I don't want to be handed pole position for the next race around. But look how I do have to deal with the car. Well, I would rather call Assetto Corsa a joke before calling myself a cheater with that steering. But yeah, if Jimmy Broadbent would be looking or watching, how about 100% force feedback in that position? I know that he had some kind of competition going on with that name. 100% force feedback, so how about that now? Do that on a direct drive and you're gonna be stressed after those 15 laps here around Malaysia. Nevertheless, as soon as you get somewhat used to your damage, definitely have the chance to do something still. Probably P9 is the maximum, which is driving here in that blue Renault. And I know, guys, it looks like a joke, but it's actually happening. My only problem is like that I'm eating the front left tire due to the damages. Yeah, I do have 100% G29 here as well, but you know, the force feedback is not that strong on a G29 anyways. They're still trying to pull the wheel into centered position. Yep, I agree, Alex, and that's why I do not favorize direct drive wheels at all. Because I love my wrist, and for playing handball, what I do in my free time, I need a good wrist and a solid wrist rather than a broken one. So with that guy ahead smoking like mad on corner entries, he's abusing his tires quite massively. So it's not just me having issues of whatever sort. There you go. Oh, don't lift on the exit, man. I need to do some stupid move to get past him. Because I'm lacking straight line speed massively. You will see now already being in the slipstream, but he will pull away. And welcome to Assetto Corsa and the broken net code. You can see this guy ahead moving forwards and rearwards on the straight from my view. Right, sorry for notching him there in the back, but with that net code you can't really do side-by-side racing. That's another welcome to Assetto Corsa. Yep, Dragon, the wheelbase is already quite lit, and I hope that it doesn't start smoking within the next 15 minutes. That's what I'm needing in order to finish that race with a 26 lap seconds gap to the leaders, as there's someone off track. No clue who that is though. Anyway, it moves me into 8th position, which is great. So I did know that Assetto Corsa is somewhat broken in some way. But that's a bit ridiculous, really. So gap to the car ahead, 30 seconds. We're lapping 147th at the minute. So I'm trying to push the hell out of the car though. So we're definitely like 3 or 4 seconds off pace the leaders, as Ben Spanky is now leading that race with a decent 1.3 second gap, so no threat being feared by draft for him. Oh wow. You know, guys, the suspension of that car is so broken. You feel it when going from left to right on the circuit, but yet it still has some speed. Like, I mean, only 10 seconds of the pace with a car in that condition, and probably some way of driving style you're never going to be used to at all. It's going to be interesting when the front left is starting to quit its service. and doesn't turn my car to the right anymore. So let's see how the gap to the car ahead develops. So has been 10 seconds last time around, and is that up to 15 seconds now? Well, I mean, I have no clue. Could be, obviously. Well, yeah. Take turn 3 in centered wheel position. I mean, I'm pushing the hell out of that car, that's for sure. Really, has it? Oh yeah, I think Automobilista also joined Simracing System Service. At least that. Other than this, probably I have to have a look at Automobilista, because I do not even have it owned in my Steam library. As the right hand corners now become considerably hard. As we're coming in to set the fastest personal lap time. So if someone sets well, the car ahead was 3 seconds quicker, so 0 chance for me to do anything towards the front. I think I'm gonna be happy if I'm not lapped, although that could also be planned to get lapped by Ben Spanky, to not go around full 15 times here. But actually that's not on my wish list at all. G-Smurf, I'm currently not at work, otherwise I would not be able to stream. Sadly though, sim racing is not giving enough money per month in order to quit jobs. Otherwise I would have done that earlier already. And guys, despite this might look a bit boring for now rather than stupid, you just should stay around, because there's another race to come up without any further qualifying, which is going to be a reversed grid from what we had right now. So sitting in that 8th position, we then actually have a chance to do something good, because usually the slower guys should be then starting in the front. Could also end up in full disaster, obviously. Which I do not hope, obviously. As the gap is ever rising and rising. I've lost another 3 seconds to the car ahead.
Great job.
So great job. That means some position changes must have gone on. And I think that's the P5 guy being overtaken by the the P6 guy being overtaken by the P7 guy. When looking towards the deltas at the bottom right. As I just wish to have a good car without any damage for the next run. As the car that's coming ahead there is a back marker, I think. he paid good attention to blue flags, despite me not being in the battle at all. Hey David, nope, I did not read it yet. Which Ackerman file, by the way? Just asking. Because I haven't been sent one. At least not privately. As the G29 is heating up literally, so that will definitely need a 1 minute break after those 15 laps. And I think it's around 5 laps to go. So definitely with racing this car, Ben Spanky's still in the leading position, which looks good. That actually means ACR Zakspeed's gonna win race number 1. Could have been a 1-2 without the crash in the beginning, I think. That guy totally came out of nowhere to me. Turning on my front left tire while me being on the inside, so there must have been something going on the left hand side of mine, which I clearly didn't see. I was not even able to see it at all. So anyway, avid chronic racing also means to never give up, hence why I'm still running here with a super broken car, but that would still give me P8 in the end. Oh, as now the front left is really starting to die, as you can see. And I think you should use exactly that, Alex, because otherwise it really breaks your hand as soon as you hit the wall, or start, even when you start spinning. The counter steering that's being introduced by the force feedback of the car, or force feedback of the direct drive wheel, really rips your hands off, which is ridiculous. And I'm not getting the point in getting some sim racing equipment which can seriously injure you, put injuries to your body. I mean, of course, if this thing explodes in front of my face, then there's serious injuries being dealt with. But I mean, having an engine in the housing of your wheel that can break your hand by natural input of the simulator is just not right. And I do not think that this would happen in a real race car as well. Like if you spin, that the wheel is turning so massively and so powerful that it could rip off your hands. Otherwise we would have guys in Formula 1 having big issues, or guys in Porsche Carrera Cups having big issues with their hands. And it's not the hands they are mourning about, it's the neck because of the G-forces. So I don't get the point of direct drive stuff anyway. I mean, I get the point of a direct drive in terms of the perfect feedback that's going to be produced by the engine. Alright, Cliff. I would love to know about that, because basically every direct drive wheel I was racing on the Sim Racing Expo was literally killing my wrists. The rFactor 2 one, the Fanatec one, and I just raced the softer one of those. All of them were killing my wrists as soon as I started spinning. There was even another direct drive wheel I can't actually remember. Yeah, I can definitely see those advantages, but really, I mean, by setting up properly, that means the minimum torque would be like 4, 5 or 6% of the capabilities of that direct drive wheel to have it set up correctly. I don't really know. So what's the point of producing engines that can handle 12 Newton per millimeter in terms of torque? I mean, that makes no sense to me at all. I agree. That Fanatec direct drive wheel had no force feedback whatsoever. And still yet they had like temperature issues, I think, of getting too hot direct drive engine. Yeah, clearly could be the case, Alex. Really, I do not know, because I do not have it, and all the direct drive wheels I drove on the Expo were some sort of broken in that way, or set it up in the wrong direction. So meanwhile, gap to the car ahead, 30 seconds. That's a real nightmare to me. But anyway, it's P8, which means starting in P9 for the next race. So we can pull off another great start. In the next session. Well, yeah, you could have a little bit of gym going on, but really, do you want to have that on a wheel? I mean, if you apply some forces in a different direction, and I mean like in that way or in that way, I mean, you know, you could break this apart still. I mean, even despite being attached directly to the engine of the wheel, if you put it in a, or if you apply forces in a wrong direction, that's gonna break your stuff, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'm a bit 50-50 on direct drive still. Oh, thank you very much, Cliff. Yeah, I'm actually saving money for getting better equipment. That means a solid rig, where to put on a good PC, where to put on a bright monitor. Not looking into triple screen, I think. To me it's way too expensive, and even despite being borderless, I'm not really a favorizer of the few like that, you know. And hence why I would stay with a single screen, but I would get me a super wide 34 or 32 sol screen, so I can at least have some more surrounding. And obviously looking at some good load cell brakes from Bodnar or Fanatec or whatever, it's being cheap and good of quality at that point as soon as I get my stuff. As now the front left is completely dying, I think. Cliff, I do not like VR really. It's pixeling a lot and it makes me sick a little bit, I have to say. It's perfect in combination with a motion rig, but I do think both VR and motion rig really does make you slower. Because if I would now look to the complete right, I would turn, you know, the car to the right as well. So that would exactly what would happen with me wearing VR glasses. I'm quite sure of that already. as I do think leaders are close to finishing that race. And that actually means Ben Spunky winning the first of that race, 2 races here. There you go. And to me the front left is completely dead. I agree a little bit on that, Cliff. So if you have high quality stuff that's like being treated to 30 or 35% of its capabilities, you have a lot of possibilities. You have a lot of possibilities in the long term, quality wise. Yeah, I agree, Alex. I would also love to run single race screen here. As I happily can park the car by coming 8th. So,
I don't know what happened.
wheel is hot as you know what.
I just saw like 5 cars or 4, like they were all lined up, need to go to the first corner, and it was a bit of a mayhem there. So.
Yeah, what happened there first corner?
I was on the outside taking it safe, and then suddenly.
I believe I hit Brandon there as well, but I think that was after the incident with some cars out.
And yeah, the plastic is smelling quite badly.
I went as high as 4th, but I don't have the pace stick there.
But yeah, you were doing personal best during the race, so that's a good sign.
So I quickly gonna turn down sounds for you so I can talk to you. Thank you very much for watching here in the first race. The second race is going to come quite soon. As I would like to thank you, Jens, for your donation for making a DD wheel possible at some point. So that's I really appreciate it, and I really love the support you guys giving to me. So Jens has donated quite a bit of money to me, and that's all gonna be saved and be used for better racing equipment. So now I think it's going on the business quite soon, so I turn up the volume again for you guys.
It's broadcasted only on Facebook, right?
No, should be on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Even though I went to YouTube. It's only with 2 videos and nothing live.
Okay. So there could be other problem, I think.
So yeah, definitely the plastic smelling quite badly here. But good job here, G29. Could have been a lot worse, I think. Yes, so about the load cell brake is because it's operated by muscle force, and muscle force enables you a way easier to remember rather than
Yeah, I thought it's going to happen something. Because I saw like 5 cars lining up.
Than ways or distances being pushed on the pedal. That's why a load cell brake is definitely on my wish list, because it would make the Porsche racing considerably easier. Because the Porsche and iRacing is really sensible. Sorry, is really sensible on the brakes and locks up quite easily, and that's especially why I do want to have load cell brake being attached to my rig, because I think that's definitely working better than the standard potentiometer here on my G29, but for now it's just fine. That little upgrade was sadly necessary because the G25 fully broke apart. But anyway, that looks good. So we're back in racing.
Okay, it's a reverse now.
Yeah, Cliff, I
Trios
could
now.
fully feel you there. And I'm now
Guys,
turning
be
off
careful,
the
'cause I think
traction
now it's gonna
control
be a bit
again
reverse side.
and see
Corner, I think.
if
We'll see. I hope
we
not,
have
but yeah.
a possibility to do a better job
Good luck,
on the
everyone.
second race.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Take care of each other.
Yeah, good luck everyone.
But the circuit is wide. Just give space for the guys next to you, and everyone will be okay.
Yeah.
Do you use Helicorsa in the game? You should use it.
I do.
Even
It's
I
very
do.
good.
So yeah,
That's
Jens,
what
that's
make it
exactly what
easy.
a direct drive wheel should give you, is feedback. So now here's the second race, and I'm getting ready for the lights. So again,
Come on.
can we restart this maybe? I mean, the car still feels fine, but this is ridiculous, you know.
Someone just went
I mean, it says I have no front wing or something, but I still have grip. Hashtag that's Simracing.
You can cast the vote for instant.
So I definitely want this to be restarted.
Just start voted.
Guys, can we please restart this and simply vote yes? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Did someone stall on the start or something?
Yeah, the P6 guy.
I think it stopped. I didn't hit anybody or hit it. That was the team.
So it's already the leaders of the last race being at the front despite starting from the very back, and that's just not right. Well, Cliff, in my business, you somewhat have to stay cool after such incidents. But yeah, staying cool sometimes really isn't that easy.
Means who's racing, whoever is racing still. We are outnumbered.
Yeah, let's try it again. Everybody felt yes. There are a lot in the pit as well,
can't be that hard to hit the restart button, really. Well, yeah, it's racing sometimes, you know.
There's someone stuck with the throttle open in the pits.
Yeah, and probably I won't ever race on Assetto Corsa again, Alex, yeah. Exactly. Like, I'm fully on your side there. Like, the car is broken already, I mean, you can see it. I mean, according to the graphics, I should not have any downforce at the front whatsoever. As I now focus too hard on the guy ahead. So how many guys need to press restart in order to get the vote done?
I pressed it.
Is it the
But
half?
not everyone is
I
on
think
this.
50% plus 1.
Yeah, we just be quiet. We let you rest, but if we restart, we restart.
Yeah, I was doing it on this.
The race is not going to be restarted, I think.
Yeah, it is. Sorry guys.
Can't you restart it as a system administrator? I mean, imagine if I would have prepared myself for that race. 300 laps maybe? I would have been really, really annoyed. Anyway, I'm trying to apply the pressure and at least gain another place. I mean, I definitely feel the loss of downforce already. No doubt about it. Like usually in a race set I would run 44.0 easily. I'm currently running 45s. You know, it's not like I'm doing stuff very, very differently. But I think again I'm losing out on maximum speed on the straights. Ah, too bad with that slide. I could be faster than the guy ahead, clearly. If not for that damage. Yeah, sure. We can surely have a drive with something there. Cliff. It's ridiculous. always when I'm starting to get closer in, I'm not able to do anything. So everyone is out in super soft as I'm trying to fight my way through now, but all the guys running there at the front are definitely quicker than I am. I'm not sure whether the TC level is set right. Nope, that's even worse. I don't know what kind of the front wing I am missing, but I'm definitely missing something. For 2 out of 5, which is perfect. So, what do you mean with a mismatch on the F1 2017 modes? Well, so all I can tell you is you should give maybe that rFactor 2 Formula Simracing mode a spin. So look for a server called www.formula-simracing.net #1. That is the server with the current, or should be the server with the current Formula 1 2017 spec car of Formula Simracing being installed on. So take around that car. It's still in beta, but it's definitely a Formula 1 2017 spec car. So again, P6 is the maximum, nothing really I can do with a broken front wing. Missing the final opportunities here on the second race. And it really annoys me because pace-wise I should definitely be able to at least get the lap times done of the car ahead. But as you can see, I'm still racing 45s, and meanwhile I should have stitched into the 43s already. So I'm kinda annoyed. That's really something I can say. And I probably, as being a team manager, I also have to talk to Ben Spanky again, who's currently qualified for the Simracing Malta Porsche 911 GT3 series that's going to kick off in January. And I don't want him to pull out recently, which is kind of obvious, but probably need to tell him to not put too much effort in it. Since, as you can see, it's kind of annoying what's going on here. So competition level is not that big. And safety is written in small letters due to Assetto Corsa's netcode being super broken, like even more broken than on iRacing, and sometimes you spin off there without having visual contact with another car. So that's definitely some interesting things here on Assetto Corsa side. So we'll definitely tell them to not put too much energy into the series. Since I also have to say it's a bit of embarrassing that the hosters are not able to restart a session with some kind of administration account. So good luck with running a series like that. If there's 10 or 11 people in the server that want to screw over you, GG, they can do it. So what you probably will experience with that Formula Sim Racing mod is it will be easy to drive. So the car is quite stable, I would say. Apart from that, really, you have to watch out on tires at the front. So tire wear in the front is going to be crucial and critical. The real challenge of that car is definitely driving it fast around a lot of corners without destroying the front tires. That's probably the main target or the main subject of that car. Racing wise, it's kinda easy, I would say. Alright, Aero, that's good to know. But really, as a hoster of a series event, you should always be in charge of that admin control, which the guys here aren't currently, obviously, since we are not having a restart. And I mean, I do not qualify in 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th position to then start from the pit lane because of safety reasons. I'm not going to do that. And I lost out on pace quite badly already, and I do think that Ben Spanky has also some damage on the car, since he's not running that fast either. So anyway, I think it's another 4 laps and then we are done racing here. And I don't want to race any longer than what I did for now, since it is really super annoying to do 30 laps with a full broken car. I mean, it is not as bad as in race number 1, but oh really? Yeah, it's a good point, Jens. I mean, in Formula Sim Racing there are no restarts whatsoever. So that could be the other way to do it, to fully provoke restarts at all. But that means the crowd is aware of that. Yeah, Mr. Clean, I think you are right. I mean, I haven't had too much glitching stuff on rFactor 2, netcode wise. And I probably will tell the guys to move over there if it's somehow possible, because Assetto Corsa is really... No, I mean, some call it a sim, and me now is thinking about reverting that to being even worse than Formula 1 2017. Because in Formula 1 2017 I would not have been able to go on racing with a car in either situation, which should be the case right now. I mean, considering... oh dear. Nope. Don't talk and drive. Considering the amount of damage I suffered from, well, both incidents, I should not have been able to continue at all, and not even be able to continue by running 1.5 respective like 3 seconds per lap slower than the leading guys, which was the case in race number 1. Anyway, even the traction control is engaging earlier and more often than before, so I do not really know what's going on. Yes, damage is full 100%, I think. I may double check in the settings, but somehow climbed up to 5th position. But anyway, leaders are already over the start-finish line again, and I'm just waiting for this race to finish. As I have Omar Barbara in the back with 7 seconds gap, so he's coming around penultimate corner right now. Can't see him though here. On the car, as I'm having 3 laps to go. I think it's 3 laps. So it's just 5 guys left in the race anyway. So that was Banky that dropped off, isn't it? I think Banky left the server already, since he's not racing here anymore, maybe due to damage. I mean, he had his race win for ACR, and I can agree or can understand him to pull out. Here on my end, it's probably what I started I want to finish, no matter which circumstances. Sorry guys. Yay. So, as I said at the beginning of some stream today, I'm starting to get ill. There you go. So, penultimate lap. Thank you, Matthias. getting a weird rattling on my wheel for whatever reason. Could be flat spots, I don't know, I can't see any of those. But I have weird rattling going on. As leader is finally on the final lap. Interesting thing, Keck, as you say, Sean had good racing on his end. I did like 3 races now. One in Simracing System, which was the better one of those races. And the other one being here. And, well, I mean, I haven't had damage in race number 1 on the Simracing System side. But here with Simracing Malta, I should have had both races being DNF after like 5 meters. Or after turn 1. And both wasn't the case. As we're finally into the last lap. And guys, I want to bring the stream to an end shortly after I finish that race. What's on my program for today still? In probably 15 to 20 or 30 minutes, I do not really know yet. I'm gonna be live on the Simpit channel, doing a setup guide for wet racing on rFactor 2 in a GT3 car, probably around in the Mercedes GT3, being driven on a well-known track maybe. I do not know which kind of track I'm going to pick. Probably will pick Silverstone and put it into wet and do some setup guiding on there. So Jason Muscat has won the race, and the guys are coming down into finish, and that means around here for the final time, as this is really annoying still. Nevertheless, Alex, I think those setup guides are somewhat usable for all of the GT3 cars, as we make it in 5th position, and probably I will have still some conversation with the organizers going on. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I think Hong Kong is worth definitely a try. And here for the guys interested, damage is 100%. So really, I'm not too happy about all of this though. Anyway, I would say Hong Kong is definitely worth a try in the Formula E stuff. And we will see each other racing again later, maybe in a GT3, doing a wet setup guide on the end of Sean Cole, also known as the Simpit. That's gonna be some program for tonight, and I'll try this to start this considerably fast to get racing done for the day. Anyways guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm Michi Hoyer from Avriconic Racing, and I'll see you later on here.